Folks, welcome back. We are at the 2018 NASA National Championships presented by Toyo Tires at the Circuit of the Americas. Right now we have Group C coming out for their qualifying race. This is American Iron, the Camaro Mustang Challenge, and Spec E46. Again, this is a qualifying race that will be used to set their positions for the big show tomorrow. So we will have, it looks like, I'm looking down the grid, we'll have 3 waves of starts. That means there'll be 3 different starts shown. The first wave will be a standing start. That will be American Iron. Pole sitter is A.J. Hartman, followed by Mike Patterson, then Cody Powell, Corey Weber. Next row is Rob Capetz, alongside Michael LaPaglia, then Leo Overgag, Mark Smith, Craig McCormick, Pat Waymeyer, Todd Davis, Ryan Walton, Marcos Rodriguez, Jeff Lindstrom, Justin Kelly, Joe Bogatich, Dustin Cornell, Billy Griffin, Bruce Byerly, Max Panchuk, Martin Dazkal, Stuart Margol, Ted Johnson, and Daryl Staley. The second wave will be a flying start, meaning they will be moving. That will be Spec E46, Aristotle Below, then Mark Drennan, Jason Frazier, Sean Webster, Mark Andrews, Tyler Harrell, Charles Hurley, Andrew Newell, Jason Veen. Then we have Chandler Hull, Pat Welch, Mark Sundberg, Eric Johnson, Rena Ballou, Jeff Bennett.
In the third wave, John, we've got Brian Curtis, who's going to be taking off first there on the pole. Kevin Jander in second. Derek Wright, followed by Tyler Gardner. Bill Aga, Bob Denton, Joshua Sukdanan, Pranav Patel, John Martin, Michael Mosty, Brian Leonard, Daniel Alliford, Team Jordan, Robert Salas, Team Incidental Contact, David Francis, Randy English, and Heather Sanchez.
That third wave will be a flying start, so we'll have a standing start with American Iron. Really cool to watch those. And then we'll have a flying start for Spec E46, then another standing start for the Camaro Mustang Challenge. American Iron allows a bit more modifications, pony cars of all flavors, power to weight ratio limits, certain certain limits on track width and other parts of the car, but a very good tuner class. Pretty cool. Camaro Mustang Challenge is also pony cars, but very close to their stock configurations. Again, that's Camaro's, Mustangs, Firebirds of different vintages. And then, of course, Spec E46 is the BMW E46 chassis. Started in around 1992 and ran to the early 2000s. So those are mostly BMW 330i's when they come off the street and onto the track.
Yeah, Spec E46, John, one of my favorite classes. I mean, it's taking a relatively late model body style and turning it into an awesome club racer. He's sort of along the lines of Spec Miata and you know, like the days of Spec E30, but with a lot more torque. These guys really tend to go for it. Another thing, John, take a look at our camera angle right now, looking down the front straight. We have a pretty significant change in the weather. So much for the 100% chance of rain after 12 p.m. Folks, we have sunny skies here. I'm looking at blue up above us, and it looks like most of the track has dried off. You can see in some of the other corners that aren't so hilly that there is some wet patches there, and they're stopping on the front straight for our first standing start.
So front straight, that's American Iron. You just saw CMC go out of the pits, so our idea here is to try and get the cars all equally separated. So they're going to have a pretty good gap between American Iron and CMC because they are going to do a standing start too for CMC. So we'll be watching for that standing start for American Iron. You see they are under control of the flagger. Usual NASA procedure is that the flagger will present the flag rolled up, unroll the flag, hold it steady. As soon as the starter twitches, they'll be off. So we're waiting to get good separation from our CMC field, and then we will send the AI field, and then we will send Spec E46 on a flying start. They'll probably be pretty tight into the back of the American Iron field. The trick is here, if any of the American Iron cars stall, we do have to hold the Spec E46 start, and that can create a little bit of trouble, but usually that doesn't happen, of course, now that I've talked about it. Oh boy, I hope I didn't jinx it.
Fear not, John. You know, I think NASA is probably the masters worldwide of standing starts. I've never seen multi-wave starts pulled off so cleanly as in NASA race events. I've been announcing the championships here with you, John, for a couple of years now, and I got to say, it's amazing sometimes how we manage to get 3-4 waves of starts off the starting line with no issues.
Biggest
talk
I ever
about
saw,
jinxing
I think, was
it.
5.
I
Right.
just super jinxed it.
Super jinxed it. I think the most number I saw was 5, and that was one where I was driving a pace car, and that was something. I was actually driving an S2000 pace car with bald rear tires, and I almost spun it in front of the Honda Challenge field.
All right, here we go, John. We've got a green flag. We've got our first wave heading
And
up
they're
the
off.
hill.
And I just, actually they're not using a flagger. They are using the F1 lights, so that's a great start right there. Patterson on the outside. Watch for that Camaro coming around this first corner. We've got a shot right now of turn 1. Looks like Patterson may have gotten forced wide. Field is very tight coming into turn 1, so our second wave will be coming through soon. Boy, look at that field. They are tight. Coming down through turn 1 into the back section of the course. Now let's see what happens through here if they all take the same line. Wow, they are flying.
We see the course conditions have changed drastically here, John.
Drastically.
It looks like a lot of grip out there.
Yep.
Looks like we could have a good race on our hands.
Oh, we do, definitely. Now we'll be watching for that standing start or the flying start for Spec E46 on the front straight. You're seeing our AI cars. There's Spec E46. They're away, flying start. CMC will come up now for their standing start. You see them on the front straight starting to line up. They're going to send them pretty quick because the AI field right now AI is through turn 11, so they are fairly close right there.
And here we go with the first turn
There
of
goes
Spec
the Spec
E46.
There's the Spec E46s.
Clean. Looks like clean through turn 1 there. Very nicely done by those
Nice
guys.
work.
And just about that point, we had the CMC cars stopped on the front straight, so they're going to be released any moment here.
Let's see that front straight camera. CMC waiting for a little bit, so they'll be clean. Lots of clean racing
Here we go.
going on.
Green flag, green flag.
CMC is away. One car way out in the paint there. May have had someone in front of that car that didn't get as great of a launch, but CMC is away. Wow, that's pretty textbook. I don't think they could have started any better. First few CMC cars through there, all fairly clean, but man, that is a tight race. AI will be our next group through, coming to the stripe, and we'll be able to see who's out in front. I did see Corey Weber make a big move on that American Iron start. And I think Mike Patterson may have gotten kind of forced to the outside, but we'll see when the American Iron field starts to come through. There's your CMC field now. American Iron should be coming around the backside of the course. We'll see them on the turn 19 and 20 cam pretty quick.
Here we go.
There they are, American Iron. And they are using every bit of the track. Oh, Patterson's out front. I think that was Patterson with Corey Weber just behind.
And in front
I
of him,
see Pat Waymeyer and Bruce Byerly right there.
we've got Cody Powell out
Woo!
Front in AI there. It looks like I believe
Cody
that would
Powell,
be
he
the
got
yellow
a great
car.
start. Then we've got Patterson trying to take an outside line on Corey Weber through turn 1.
Whoa!
Oh, and Weber. Oh, and I think Mike got it done. I think Patterson got it done.
Yeah, that was quite a move there going into turn 1.
Great racing already at the front of AI, and Patterson is out front in that evil black Camaro. Been a race car since the day it rolled off the showroom floor. I can see Pat Waymeyer, Bruce Byerly right there. Craig McCormick also in that first group of 5, but the field is still right together in American Iron. American Iron coming through. Let's see if we can pick up the Spec E46 field. They should be coming through any time now on that front straight. There's our E46s right now. They are coming around turn 20. So we will see who is out front in Spec E46 any minute. Now Mark Drennan is in the lead with Jason Frazier. Aristotle below just behind, then Mark Andrews and Charles Hurley. That's your top 5. Looks like in Spec E46 you've got the top 3 mounting a bit of a breakaway back to the next group. Let's see if we can pick up CMC now. I believe they may be in 15 right now.
Look at that, John. Big hops from the E46s as they come across that inside curb in turn 1 there.
All right, that looks like your CMC field now coming around turn 19. Next we'll show you turn 20. CMC is coming around. We will see who is out front the leader will be in CMC.
Looks like Kevin Jander, John. Kevin Jander, followed by Derek Wright and Bob Denton in third place.
Look at down the front straight. Front two are definitely, oh man, top five are all right together. Right inside, I think that is Kevin Jander right there coming through. And Derek Wright having a great battle up in the front of CMC. All right, there's CMC again coming down through the back part of the course, down into turn 3 right now. Let's see if we can pick up American Iron. They are now turn 19 going into turn 20. That top 3 really starting to mount a breakaway. That's Patterson, Weber, and Cody Powell. Mustang, Camaro, Mustang. There's the rest of the American Iron field coming into view right now. We'll go down to the front straight camera, see what's going on there. Cody Powell still out in front. Mike Patterson, then Corey Weber. Big breakaway. They're 11 seconds in front of the rest of the American Iron field.
That's right, about a second and a half from each other there, John. So Mike Patterson has got about 1.8 seconds to make up before he could reach Cody Powell. So Cody is starting to extend his lead there.
You can see on the monitor there, great racing all through the American Iron pack. Here they come through turn 1. You're going to have a lot of cars. Now they're down into turn 3 and 4. Great racing all through the field. Battles all the way back to every part of American Iron. We'll see if we can pick up Spec E46, see what's going on there. They're coming in for their second lap right now. Looks like the 46s right now.
There we go, getting
there
the first
we go.
through
They're coming into 19 and 20 right now. There we go. I think that's Drennan still out in front.
Drennan, the Dream Killer.
The Dream Killer. Two-time, he won Spec Miata on both coasts in 2015. Looking to take all the marbles in Spec E46. Mark Drennan out in front, then Jason Frazier, Aristotle below, then Mark Andrews, Adrian Newell, Sean Webster, Tyler Harrell, Charles Hurley, Pat Welch, and Mark Sundberg are your top 10 in E46 as you watch the field come through turn 1, headed down into turn 3. We'll see if we can pick up CMC now.
And folks, remember you can follow along our live timing here at racehero.io. We're watching them live on the live stream. We're watching the times live on racehero.io, and you can see our CMC class coming through turn 20 now.
Looks CMC like in turn 20 looks like the top.
It looks like 913. That's our second place driver now.
They're
so
all
that's,
right there. They are all right there.
So that's Derek Wright in the Corvette there. Kevin Jander out front. So
not the Corvette.
Is that a,
it's got to be a Camaro.
Oh, Camaro, of course.
No, it looks like I think it's Kevin Jander in the Mustang out front. Then Derek Wright is in the Camaro there.
Yes.
Another Mustang, Bill Aga. Then another, I believe, Firebird. That's Bob Denton out of our Midwest region.
Well,
Good guy. Hi to Bob.
We saw Derek Wright make a move for the lead over Kevin Jander into the first turn on the last lap, and you can see Kevin was able to get that back, and he is now back squarely in first place.
So the first 5 in CMC within about 2 or 3 seconds of each other, so that's very tight. We'll see if we can pick up American Iron again, see what's going on there. Looks like Cody Powell, then the evil black Camaro of Mike Patterson and Corey Weber. They are putting on quite a gap. Now, do they work together and get a good qualifying position here? Don't know what their plan is, but those guys are hauling the mail.
Well, you know, whether they're intending to or not, it does look like they are working together a bit there, John, as their gap to fourth place increases. Their gap to each other is decreasing. And Michael Patterson has cut the gap from him to Cody Powell in half on that last lap. And Corey Weber only 1.1 seconds behind, chomping at the bit, ready to take over that second spot.
Best lap time so far in American Iron is Cody Powell with a 2:30.548. He turned that in the second lap. All right, let's pick up Spec E46, find out where they are on the course. There's your Spec E46 field now, motoring through turn 19. Watch for them to come into turn 20. There they are on your screen. Looks like top 3 there, also getting way out in front. Top time there so far belongs to, I think Mark Drennan has the best time in that group with a 2:36.204. Top 5 in Spec E46. You see a little bit of a challenge coming there. Inside, that's got to be Jason Frazier that just went inside of Mark Drennan. Won't show up on the timing, but we did see it happen live down the inside of turn 1. Oh, someone's off in the marbles there. Can't pick it up. It's in between two of our cameras, but that was a big spin out of turn one. I think it might have been Mark Andrews. I'm not sure.
That is going to cost some positions there.
Yep, big time. Got a little hot, was still on the brakes, and the rear end just stepped right on out. All right, CMC, what's happening there? Looks like the same top three are starting to put a little bit of a gap. Again, we did see a shift in position. I think Derek Wright is out in front of Kevin Jander right now, and Bill Aga's right there. So the top three in CMC just came along the line. It's Jander out in front, then Wright, then Bill Aga, then Bob Denton is not too far behind. So watch for the Firebird to come through turn one, and that'll be Bob Denton. There's Bob right there in the fourth position. He's getting challenged by Joshua Suknanen, or Suknanen. Sorry, Joshua. I'll get it right by the end of the weekend. But those guys are having a great battle in CMC. So good stuff happening all the way before, or all the way in every single field. Geez, what a race.
Yeah, we've got a tight top three, top four in every single group here, John. Bill Aga, you know, the last time he came through in that CMC class, looked like he was getting ready to make a move on Derek Wright. See if he can get that done in this lap here. Looks like we've got AI going over the finish line now. Top three are still the same. Cody Powell
great
still
battles.
sitting with that.
Look at AI on the screen right now, all the way through, diving in, diving out.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him come through turn one. The whole field is right together. Very healthy AI field with competition all through the field. Some of the best races I've ever had for like 12th or 13th in a pretty crowded field. So very cool to see that. Again, Cody Powell still out in front with a 2:30.548 as his fastest lap. Turned in the second lap of the race. Let's see if we can catch up with our E46s. Looks like CMC is just coming across right now. So they are through. Jander's still out in front, then Wright, Aga, Denton, Suknanen, John Martin, and Brian Curtis. That's still CMC. There's Spec E46 leaders on your screen right now. Spec E46, Jason Frazier out front. We did see that pass on, looks like Aristotle
Mark Drennan
below.
dropping off there, John.
So Drennan might have been our spinner. I think he was.
I'm not sure because I thought that Jason Frazier made that pass on him.
So something probably happened to Mark somewhere on the backside of the course because he's dropped precipitously. He's continuing to drop down. So Mark Drennan may have had a mechanical of some sort.
Well, now we've got
tremendously wrong.
Jason Frazier is leading the way. Aristotle below in second place and Andrew Newell in third place. Ari below, super hard charger out here. He's been coming to the championships for a number of years now, and he is a regular at the track doing test days all the time, and it's another one of those family efforts out there, John. He's got his daughter Rena below. She's currently running 13th in Spec E46.
Awesome sauce. Here comes, I believe, with that velocity, it can only be, that's our CMC field. There we go. There's our leaders in CMC coming through. Jander out in front. Now Aga into second position. Bill Aga moving up. Derek Wright in third. Then Bob Denton hanging on to that fourth position. Joshua Suknanen, he's right there. Then Brian Curtis, John Martin, Brian Leinart. Tyler Gardner and David Francis are your top 10 in CMC. So I did get information from control that our Spec E46 car that went off was in fact Mark Andrews. So we were correct when we called that before.
That's right.
We're trying to figure out.
So something else happened to Drennan out there.
Drennan's out. So he's shown as stopped on the computer. So something happened to Mark Drennan out there on course. We'll see if we can suss that out for you. There comes the American Iron Field, man, and they are all right there. What a battle all the way through the field. Powell still out front with Weber and Patterson. That gap has shrunk. They've only got 9.5 seconds now back to Michael LaPaglia. And then Pat Waymeyer is 3 seconds back of LaPaglia. And then we've got Justin Kelly about 2 seconds back. So they're starting to spread out a little bit. But LaPaglia last time by ran a 2:31.738, which is flying. So he's trying to make up some time.
Justin Kelly also running 6th place in American Iron right now. He is up 9 positions. Jeff Lindstrom up 7 positions right behind him. Both of those guys are charging super hard to try to make their way towards the front of the pack. Justin Kelly's best time was a 2:32.629. He did a 2:33.5 on his last lap by. You compare that to the top 3, Cody Powell, Corey Weber, and Michael Patterson, all running 2:34s and 2:35s. So Justin Kelly and Jeff Lindstrom on a tear to try to make their way up to the front there. We'll see as they start to put pressure on him if the front guys start speeding up.
Figured out what happened to Mark Drennan. Flat tire on the number 10.
Oh,
that's what took out Mark Drennan.
Well, you know, Mark Drennan, one of those guys that you might have an even more exciting race if you make him start from the back. So we'll have to see. This might make for some serious excitement tomorrow.
Serious excitement. So we are about 18 minutes into our 30-minute race. We are scheduled for 30 minutes from out to off, so probably run about 22 to 23 minutes, maybe 25 or so on your Race Hero clock. So I'd put us at our current pace probably about maybe another 4 laps right in there. Right now, CMC field coming into view. Jander still out in front, then Bill Aga, Derek Wright, Brian Curtis, Bob Denton. That's your top 5 in CMC. Looks like we have a little bit of a move. That is Weber challenging Corey Powell.
Well, it looks like we've got a car off drivers right there on the exit of.
Yeah, we do.
That's turn 20.
A little bit of a spin.
A Mustang.
But Cody Powell, actually Weber was coming in trying to challenge Cody Powell. Let's see if we can pick up Powell and Weber.
Yeah, that was a big move that he was trying to make.
Well, he was using a pick. No, Powell's still out in front. There's Weber, but they're into the CMC field now along with Patterson. So that's going to be a development. See if they can use some of those slightly slower cars as a pick. Let's watch as the AI leaders start to work their way through CMC. I saw Patterson starting to come around the outside, looking for a little daylight. As they went around, I think that was 12, somewhere in there. So let's see if we can pick up the, looks like we have a little bit of a camera malfunction there on our turn 15 cam. A little bit of slow motion there. Just kidding. So we are getting a little bit of a breakup going on with some of our transmissions, but boy, we're having an exciting race here. Whew, just about every class, lots of developments.
Here we go into turn 20. Oh, that is a wide line. So it looks like our SE46 group, that is who's coming up the hill right now. See where we're at there. Looks like Mark Andrews just across the line. So Jason Frazier out front, Aria below in 2nd place, Andrew Newell 3rd, who is up 5 points, 5 positions. Sean Webster sitting at his qualified position in 4th place. Charles Hurley in 5th, Tyler Harrell 6th, Mark Andrews 7th, Chandler Hull in 8th, Pat Welch in 9th, and Jason Vian in 10th place. That's your top 10 for SE46. And it looks like we've lost another one out of the AI class, Marcos Rodriguez. I think that may have been the Mustang we saw off there in turn 20.
I do have a report here that car number 70 and car number 65, Craig McCormick, that's Marcos Rodriguez and Craig McCormick, did get together in turn 19.
Well,
so
it does look like
McCormick
looks like McCormick has continued on, although he did lose a lot of positions as a result. He's now down 9 from his original qualifying spot.
All right, right now down the front straight, there are your CMC folks. Looks like Jander's still out in front, then Bill Aga, Derek Wright, Brian Curtis. Bob Denton is you're still holding on to that 5th position, but Joshua Suknanan is right on Bob's back door with only a 0.6 second gap. So that's going to be a great battle to watch to see who takes P5 in CMC. All right, folks, 21 minutes elapsed. Probably squeeze in another 2. Boy, look at this. Lots of pony cars all mixed in together. That's the AI field starting to get deep into the CMC field, so there's going to have to be a lot of heads-up driving as these cars start to mix in with different blends of horsepower and handling. Going to get a little bit of excitement now. We'll see if we can pick up our American Iron leaders. Should be that black Mustang of Cody Powell and then Corey Weber's white SN95. Patterson in third in that evil black Camaro.
And as these guys start to mix together, you really do see the difference in speed between them. Oh, who's this?
One of our
Going
Camaros
into the
off.
pits.
That's an American Iron 3rd Gen Camaro. So we're trying to pick up those AI leaders, see where they are on course. It's our Spec E46 cars coming through there. I think AI may be on the front straight coming around right now. Looks like some tremendous velocity. No, those are our E46s, so E46 leaders coming through right now. E46, Frazier out front, Jason Frazier, then Andrew Newell, Sean Webster, Aristotle below, and Charles Hurley. That's your top 5 in Spec E46. Got a lot of traffic coming in, a lot of people in Spec E46 trying to select different lines as they come through. Should see American Iron. They are on the backside of the course. We will be able to pick them up.
There we go.
Coming through 19
CMC.
and 20. CMC right there. We'll be looking for those big wings indicating the AI. There's Powell right there. They are coming down the front straight right now. You can see them. Right there, there's the white Mustang behind the black Mustang and the evil black Camaro right there. So Patterson's going to look inside as they come up the hill. No, they held steady there, but they are starting to work through traffic. So look how close they are right here. There's Cody Powell, Corey Weber, and Mike Patterson being very respectful, working their way through the Camaro Mustang Challenge field. Looks like Ted Johnson just dropped out of the American Iron class. That may have been the Camaro we saw. Checkered flag now, folks. That was the checker. So that is the end of our race here. Looks like the big winner in AI was Mr. Cody Powell. Then Corey Weber and Mike Patterson. Great battle for those guys.
Now, Cody Powell straight from the get-go.
No kidding. He had a hell of a start.
Weber was able to reduce his gap down to just about half a second, but just was not quite enough. Cody Powell just running away with it. But great battle between Weber and Patterson for second and third. Going down the line in AI, Michael LaPiglia in 4th place, Patrick Waymeyer in 5th, Justin Kelly 6th, Mark Smith in 7th place, AJ Hartman in 8th, Jeff Lindstrom in 9th place, 10th place, Bruce Byerly. In 11th place, Joe Bogatich, followed by Dustin Cornell in 12th, Ryan Walton in 13th, Todd Davis in 14th, Leo Overgog in 15th, Rob Capetz in 16th place, Stuart Margol in 17th, Martin Dazcal in 18th place, Max Panchuk in 19th place, Daryl Staley in 20th, and then we do have a couple of people who dropped out of that race, namely Craig McCormick in 21st, Ted Johnson 22nd, Marcos Rodriguez in 23rd, and Billy Griffin in 24th place. That rounds out your AI class, John.
In CMC, Kevin Jander taking home the win with Bill Aga just behind and Derek Wright. P4, Brian Curtis, Bob Denton managed to hold on to 5th place, then Joshua Suknanan. Then we've got John Martin, Brian Leinert in P8. Then Tyler Gardner, Team Jordan, David Francis, Robert Salas, Michael Mosty, Daniel Alford, Team Incidental Contact, Pranav Patel, Randy English, and Heather Sanchez.
In Spec E46, we had a fantastic race over there. Jason Frazier making a late move into the lead and taking the win in that qualifying race. 2nd place, Andrew Newell, followed by Ari Below in 3rd place. 4th place, Charles Hurley, followed by Tyler Harrell in 5th. Sean Webster in 6th place. 7th place, Mark Andrews. Chandler Hull in 8th place, followed by Pat Welch. Jason Vian in 10th place. Jeff Bennett in 11th. Rena Below in 12th place. 13th place goes to Eric Johnson, followed by Mark Sunderberg, and unfortunately rounding out the top 15 there in our E46 class with the DNF from Mark Drennan.
Bummer for Mark, but knowing Mark, he will be on a tear tomorrow.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
folks, that was your Group C qualifying race. Next up, Group D. That's our 944 Spec and Spec E30, folks. We'll be right back, and we'll give you the grids for both of those classes and more racing here at the 2018 NASA National Championships presented by Toyo Tires.